guys, Dan, Book Nook Noggin. Let's talk about Sleeping Beauties. This is the graphic novel adaptation of the Stephen King, Owen King. This is written by Rio Yours. Rio Yours, I've read the one book by him that was The Lola on Fire. I really enjoyed that. If you're into crime fiction, I would highly recommend that one. So when I saw that he had done a graphic novel adaptation of this book. Now, first off, I'm going to say I read Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King and Owen King. It was nothing to write home about. It was pretty ho-hum. It was pretty mediocre, really average. And there was this bigger booktuber than me that has a Discord, and I recall a few months ago a couple of people asking about the book. They're like, is this book worth reading? And I think I commented and I said, it wasn't all that great. It's one of those books that's written by King that you can kind of overlook. It's not something you're going to want to rush and right out there and read it. Because to be honest with you, I didn't really think it was all that great. I feel like it was Stephen King trying to prop up his son, Owen King. And to be honest, Owen King's not that great of a writer. Just because he's in a family of writers, he's not that great of a writer. Yes, I said it, and I'm not going to take it back. Yeah. So I wanted to see, this could be a different way of viewing or, consuming that book. So I decided to check out Volume 1 here. And I will say that this book does make that book a little more easily consumable. I will say that this did make this, an easier read, with it being a graphic novel adaptation. And of course, there's a number of people that did work this. Allison Sampson, Triana Farrell, I think, worked on the illustrations, I do believe. It is kind of graphic, too. So one of the things I'm thinking about when it comes to this graphic novel adaptation, I'm going to say if you have your heart set on reading Sleeping Beauties, I'm going to say that you're probably better off reading the graphic novel adaptation versus reading the actual novel itself, because the novel itself is really bulky. I do remember that. I think it was very long-winded. It was a very long-winded book. So this does make it that much more, easily, consumable, because it's so much, you can go through it a lot faster. And plus I feel like the illustrators did a good job of interpreting the scenes that I remember. Because, it'd been a while since I've read it, so, rereading it in this format, it helped me kind of refresh my memory about the book. But yeah, there's some key moments like, when the ladies fall asleep and they get covered with the cocoon, the webs and all that stuff, and how they become murderous, rampaging, when they're woken up. So stuff like that. Like I said, if you're one of those people who's a completionist and you want to read everything that Stephen King has written, I'm going to say your best bet is probably reading the graphic novel adaptation, and that's all I'm really going to say about it. So like the full-on novel, I gave this a 3 out of 5 star rating on Goodreads. It's okay. It's okay. It's not the greatest thing that Stephen King has ever written. And to be honest with you, I feel like this is mostly Owen King's writing, and I feel like Stephen King kind of attached his name to it and maybe fluffed it up a little bit to make it readable, digestible, I guess you could say. It is what it is, I'm not, nobody's fooling anybody. Sleeping Beauties was not that great. But yeah, a 3 out of 5 star rating. If you do want to check this out for yourselves, I will have a link to Amazon down below. Any and all purchases made through that link. Doesn't necessarily have to be this book, it can be anything. It greatly helps out my channel as I'm not receiving ad revenue from Google. I'm not getting any AdSense. You can also buy me a coffee if you got something from watching this video. If you came here looking for more graphic novel, reviews and recommendations, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That's all I got for you guys. Sorry, this is going to be a quick little short one because this is only volume 1 and I can't gauge from this how many volumes it's going to take to, because the novel of this is really big, and I can only imagine it's probably going to be like a 3, 4, 5 volume run. Who knows? But yeah, it is what it is. Till next time, later.